And I say to all the doubters, dude, we are going to energise the country. We're going to get Brexit done on October the 31st. We're going to take advantage of all the opportunities that it will bring in a new spirit of can-do. And we are once again going to believe in ourselves and what we can achieve. And like some slumbering giant, we are going to rise and ping off the guy ropes of self-doubt and negativity. With better education, better infrastructure, more police, fantastic full-fibre broadband sprouting in every household, we are going to unite this amazing country and we are going to take it forward. I thank you all very much for the incredible honour that you have just done me. I will work flat out from now on with my team that I will build, I hope, in the next few days to repay your confidence. But in the meantime, the campaign is over and the work is in. Thank you all very much.
As families slept, a fire engulfed Grenfell Tower block in West London in the middle of the night.
Safety, we just need to move you back a little bit.
For some inside, a terrifying reality there seemed to be no way of escaping.
Get me a ladder.
Made it, you try it. Come on.
Look, a cigar. Yeah, that's it, that's it. Yeah, lovely, thank you very much.
Sweet.
It is a humiliating sight for one of the country's biggest food brands. In city after city, a second day of shuttered stores running short of their vital ingredient.
Will I get a free rice box then for coming down? Because I've had to go to Burger King.
Unwelcome but expected, the coronavirus has hit the UK. It's inside this hospital in Newcastle, where two patients from the same family are now in isolation and being treated by specialist NHS staff.
I'm shaking hands because I was at a hospital the other night where I think there were actually a few coronavirus patients, and I shook hands with everybody. You'll be pleased to know, and I continue to shake hands, and I think it's very important that we do it.
75 people who've been tested for coronavirus and proved to be negative. The official line is not to panic, but this hasn't stopped face masks running out in some places across the UK.
I'm thinking about one particular bathroom item a little more than normal lately.
With most of the country already under extreme measures, it's clear that we need to do more together to bring this new variant under control while our vaccines are rolled out. In England, we must therefore go into a national lockdown which is tough enough to contain this variant.
As long as we don't see
today, the screen's lost is one echo throughout the Commonwealth.
But adapters will be filmed far greater within the royal household.
The Prime Minister's ping pong wasn't going well today. His corrosive public relations battle is tying him in far worse knots. ITV News has been told by two separate sources that the Prime Minister, shortly after he'd agreed to a second lockdown in October last year, did indeed shout this inside his Downing Street office, that he would let the bodies pile high in their thousands.
A source at a national care home provider has told us that they've tried and failed to challenge contracts that expect them to take patients with coronavirus, and that they feel under pressure. They say that a combination of discharging COVID-positive patients into care homes and the struggle to get staff routinely tested is a disaster waiting to happen.
I would have done the same, and so would you, Piers. Everybody would have done the same.
Hang on, I think you can do both, can't you? I mean, surely you can try and get PPE, which we were chronically short of, and you can also ensure that your department doesn't break the law. Then why are the two things incompatible?
Our brilliant and Darwinian system will produce another leader.
This morning I had meetings with ministerial colleagues and others. In addition to my duties in this House, I shall have further such meetings later today. the right thing to do in those circumstances is to make changes, which I've made, and to get on with the job and deliver for the British people.
45p tax cut, gone. Corporation tax cut, gone. 20p tax cut, gone. Her supposed best friend, the former Chancellor, he's gone as well. They're all gone. So why is she still here?
Mr. Speaker, I am a fighter and not a quitter.
I cannot deliver the mandate on which I was elected. I am resigning as leader of the Conservative Party.
The last couple of minutes, I've been told that Suella Braverman has resigned as Home Secretary.
She says, I have concerns about the direction of this government.
Even got here the textbook that he authored for them. And it's called, and I quote, European Human Rights Law by Keir Starmer. So,
Prime Minister! Prime Minister, when I stand up, please sit down. Can I just say, we don't use props in this house.
You're joking. Not another one? Oh, for God's sake, I can't, honestly, I can't stand this.
First time in this community store, so the Salvation Army volunteer explains the rules. Visitors can bag a variety of products in return for a small financial contribution.
I managed to start changing the funding to make sure that areas like this are getting the funding that they deserve. Because we inherited a bunch of formulas from the Labour Party that shoved all the funding into deprived urban areas. And that needed to be undone. I started the work that I'm doing.
As I stand here as your Prime Minister, I can't help but reflect that my first proper introduction to you was just over 4 years ago. I stood behind one of the podiums, upstairs in the building behind me. I told you that we faced a generation-defining moment, and that we as a society would not be judged by some government action, but by the small acts of kindness that we showed one another. You met that challenge, and then some, and I have never been prouder to be British. And when I introduced the furlough scheme, I did so not because I saw a country simply in need of desperate help, albeit we were, but because I saw a country whose future hung in the balance. I could be bold and trust in the tens of millions of you at home that you would rise to the moment, or I could accept the inevitable millions of job losses and pick up the pieces. In truth, it was no choice at all. I have never and will never leave the people of this country to face the darkest of days alone. And you know that because you've seen it.